Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. I am going to do a scrapbook process layout, but recently iMovie has been kind of wonky with the voiceover, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm going to try and make this introduction so that I can put this in the beginning of the video, just in case there isn't a cooperation on iMovie's part where I can't do a voiceover. So anyway, that's in case that this is a fail safe for that problem, just in case. Anyway, I am going to scrapbook this photo, and it's a photo of my niece, and she gave it to me. Well, her parents did when she was a month old for Valentine's Day, and since I still have sort of my scrappy products out, I still have some major embellishments. That's some of the embellishments that I have. So, well, most, that's all pretty much of the February embellishments that I have. And I wanted to use this photo, I already said that, this paper, also this paper. I might back the photo with this paper because this is going to be my main background. And this will give it some sort of rest area. So this will be my main photo. I have an idea of like putting this over the top and then, oh darn. Okay, well, I might do a purple. Anyway, matting this with the purple, and I might even do a purple border here to put something on the seam of these two papers. I was gonna do this, but then I realized I wanted to back that up. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and film the rest of my process. I hope that it's not, that it's going to be able to let me do the voiceover. I do plan on using some of these stickers, maybe this one, that one, and that one. And whatever, even maybe whatever day. If it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I'll use it. Day that fell on, and then of course there's the 14th is orange, so I won't use that, but maybe the 1 and the 4 since they're red and pink. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with the process, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, so here I'm starting off with the picture, and I'm going to back it up with this glitzy paper stack from DCVW. I'm leafing through some of the colors or to see what options I have. I figured I'd pack it with a glittery paper because I figured out that this paper doesn't cut real well on my Cricut, or maybe I just needed a new blade, but either way I don't trust it very much. So I decided I'd use it up as matte photos or to use it as a background sheet. And so I decided on this purple. And also, I decided on this glitter paper because on her photograph, the little borders that she has, they have like a glitter effect, even though they don't have, it's not embellished with glitter, it just looks like glitter. I don't know if that makes any sense. So here I know that I want to use this as a background, and I'm matting it with that purple cardstock that's in the back because this paper is rather flimsy and thin. And I liked the repeating heart pattern on the paper. And it's very feminine, very girly, all out in pinks and reds and purples. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that I can do these layouts for my nieces or of my nieces, because I generally do a lot of boy layouts, and I know we can use pink and any other color we want with our boys. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect them. They like the end result. But it is nice to not make them more feminine. But I know y'all know what I mean about trying to make a very girlish, very feminine layout with all the purples. Pull out all the stops in the colors. So here I am also cutting up part of this sheet. I'm not sure. I did this at the beginning of March. Oh, I'm adding a border between the two pages so that it has some sort of like joining together of the papers. And I'm using this It's called a double scallop embossing punch or something to that effect. It's by EK Success, and I bought it because of Mercy Tiara, who is Tracy Banks. She's Mercy Tiara here on YouTube, and she uses this punch quite a lot. And I have two now. I really like this punch. I like the smaller scallop from Fiskars also, and I think they're kind of classics. I bought a Christmas like 6-pack of punches that do Christmas borders, but 3 of them are kind of generic, so I pulled those out, and I want to use those more. Because it tends to, I go through phases where I use the border punches and they look great, but then I feel like I get stuck, so I have to force myself to put them away. But I always like, when I start grabbing them again, it always feels so fresh and new, and it feels so classic. It does try to emboss the edge of the scallop with little circles, but they kind of look like it's trying to pierce the paper to me, and I don't like it. So all you have to do is just feel when the punch border punches, and then don't press any harder, or else it will give it that pierced look. So it doesn't really emboss unless you punch all the way through and hold it tight to create the embossing. Here I decided that I wanted to add another pattern, and I think I might have overdone it with this one, but I really wasn't sure on what the layout was going to look like. I just think that I got carried away with all these Valentine's Day themed papers and wanting to embellish in pinks and purples. So I made this a banner, and I decided that I was going to put it under the photograph. And so I'm matting it here, and I believe this paper is a crate paper. I'm not sure what collection. Probably one of Maggie Holmes' collections for sure. But I did try and use that Sweet Moment card on the left-hand side, but I don't think I ended up using it. I'm trying to figure out where to cut the banner so I can also give it a matte look down towards the bottom, and I cannot. It didn't come out straight, even though I tried to measure as much as I could. But I cannot cut a straight line with a scissor to save my life. So I decided that if I was going to put the bottom of the banner, it was too long to go all the way under. So I decided to elongate it and make it look like that by putting the top half of the banner over by the top of the photo, and the other bottom portion of it coming underneath the photo. And I received this picture from my brother. They did a couple of photo shoots for my niece, and this was supposed to be like their Valentine's Day card, which is so cute. So here I am, I'm just putting everything together, and I'm using a T-square ruler, but I swear, I don't even know how to use those things. When it comes to angles and straight lines or anything having to do with, this is like mathematical to me, and I'm just not structured that way, because I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know if you saw my hands, like my hand go up in frustration, going, how do you use this thing? It's so simple to use, and yet it's so complex. Let's see here. I colored in some of those hearts, and I believe those are Pebbles ink. And I just used the Copic marker to color them in, because I feel like those hearts were going to get lost because of the patterns. And if you can tell, towards the middle bottom edge of the layout, I'm not in frame here, and I'm very sorry. This was still me trying to figure out my tripod, and I think I have it a lot better now. Sometimes I try to zoom in and I forget to zoom out, but for the most part, I try to keep it zoomed out, even though sometimes the embellishments that I use are rather small, and sometimes I feel like you guys can't see it. But let me know if that's a problem. I think I have the keeping it in frame thing straightened out. And I'm a little rusty with these voiceovers, I can tell, because I tend to say a lot if I don't. I put the 1 and the 4 above the February, and those are from Simple Stories. I think this was the first collection.
Oh, I needed some coffee. That came out. It had a lot of browns and oranges. I think that's when they started doing. I think they came out like right after Project Life came out. I'm not too sure. And I don't have the pack with me right now to see what collection it came from, but I might be able to pull it out real quick. Those layered arrows came from the Target Dollar Spot this year from the Valentine's Day collections that they had. Super cute. Super cute, super cute. I wish they would make them in every color because then I would probably be purchasing them. And they're adorable and they're probably easy to make. And I've seen videos of ladies do the layered hearts like the ones from Maggie Holmes, but I really don't feel like I want to sit and make embellishments when they're already done like that. They're cute regardless. And I found myself wanting to make the embellishments kind of flat. I've learned over the years of me scrapbooking that if I put a lot of dimension in my layouts, it's going to make my scrapbook very bulky. And I kind of don't like that. So I found that out about myself. I do use dimension and I do like to use different layers. Here I'm using a glitter pen. Those are from Sakura Roll. I think that's what they're called, or how do you pronounce it. And I am the worst outliner in the world. Mercy Tiara makes it look so easy. But even if I try to take my time, I think that if I try to make it slower, I make even worse mistakes. So at one point or another, I even contemplated coloring them in because I had gone over those stickers so much, pretty bad. And then I tried to wet my finger and kind of erase it while it was still wet, and I think I made it even worse. So I was like, I'm not even going to try that. But there I go, trying to outline the February too. Oh, they're called Snap Life from Simple Stories. So that February and that number 1 and 4 that you see near my fingers in the middle bottom, those are all from Simple Stories. And I turned it upside down so that y'all could see, or so that I could see it better. And then you guys don't see my head. So here I am committing to where the arrows are going to be. And I did say it was Snap Life, correct? I think so. So I still have that big old cardstock sticker. Anyway, that's the end of the layout. It was super simple. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Oh God, that was horrible.